Welcome to the new home of Gassed on Track. Introducing Gassed on Track Silverstone, unsilenced. So what's going on, Gas Gang? Yes, we are back with episode 3 of the Box Sleeper Chronicles, and today we are going to attempt to fit the cheapest turbo kit we could find to the Blue Devil. Guys, stay tuned for this one and wish us luck. Let's get it. Welcome to Officially Gas. Let's get it.
For the best in universal premium ester-containing engine oils and fuel additives for both petrol and diesel engines, check the links in the description.
Yes, boys. How is it going? Welcome back to the channel.
Yeah.
Bro, this is what I like to see, progress. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. It just fell out. And that right there is a 3.2 VR6 engine, now out of the beast, ready to be boosted and hopefully double our power with our cheap turbo kit. So that's what we're here to do today, pretty much, is start bolting this up, see if it fits, and get things moving. We're also going to show them something quite cool, right, with the head spacer and things like that?
Yeah, just to sort of explain a little bit about what they do, why you're using it, and why you should use it.
Got ya.
In case some people think, oh, I won't bother using that and I'll slap a turbo on it. The problem you've got with that is obviously it will just blow.
If you didn't catch the last video, basically we bought what we think is the world's cheapest full comprehensive turbo kit, basically taking this car from 240 brake horsepower standard and hopefully doubling the power. We're not sure of the quality of these parts and how they will fit, so it's going to be a learning curve for everyone.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the first job we're going to crack
Right,
on
the
today?
first job I've got to do is pull the inlet manifold off, get the exhaust manifold shield off, get the exhaust manifold off. Next thing I like to do is mock up the exhaust manifold, turbo and downpipe.
Got ya.
Just so we can make sure it fits and clears the transfer case. And then from there, the next stage will be unbolt it, take the head off.
Okay.
Little inspection, and we're ready to put the spacer plate on.
Sick.
And that's the beginning of our build.
Wicked. All right, bro. Well, listen, I know you've got a lot on your plate today. So should we crack on?
Yep, let's crack on.
Let's do it.
Right.
No messing around?
It's actually not been too bad, nothing snapped. Bit of heat, wire brush,
Okay.
and we've got both the manifolds off you see there.
These are actually really, really small, and there's 2 of them compared to kind of
A one-piece,
Yeah.
one-piece cast one. Let's try this, shall we?
All right, look at that.
Fingers crossed.
Does it run on the same gaskets then?
Yeah, standard gaskets, but obviously we'll replace them. I'm hoping in the kit we have some.
I haven't seen it.
We've got, haven't we? All right.
Shout out to Lorraine.
Let's see if
Offer it up. Does it line up? Oh!
Admittedly, that's...
We're in.
We're in.
After you fitted the shield, I'm assuming we can fit the Wuhan Whistler.
Yes, we're going to try that just to make sure it clears the block all around this sort of area and the transfer case.
Okay.
Then I want to try the downpipe on it to make sure we've got the right angle where it should come out around sort of this sort of area. Next stage I'll actually...
Start up!
I'll take the rod cover off and we start going with taking the head off.
Sick.
So we can do the head spacer.
Wicked.
Then we put it back together and start bolting it back up, I suppose.
Sick.
And go from there.
Right, guys, so something that's funny, right? I left this car sitting for 2 years, 2 whole years, and it was actually left unlocked, believe it or not. So when I first came back to the car after leaving it for such a long period of time, I was actually quite surprised that no one had nicked anything. However, when I did get the car running and started, I had loads of warnings on the dash, and one of the warnings was left dip beam headlight not working, right dip beam headlight not working. Obviously, no one had stole my headlights. However, when the lads down here were taking the front section of the car off and got behind the headlights, turns out someone stole my headlight bulb. It had no headlight bulbs or side light bulbs, right? The thieves in Littlehampton are on something. Anyway, listen, I think what's worth talking about right now is something a lot bigger than these headlight bulbs, because we've moved on now, sir. And we are now officially turboed, baby.
Surprisingly, the manifold fitted absolutely perfectly. As you can see, I haven't trimmed a single thing. The turbo is not a straight fit on, because what I've had to do is totally clock the turbo and stuff, because obviously it must be a universal turbo. Got all the clearances we need and everything, and then I've dry fitted and just mocked up the downpipe here and the last bit of the downpipe there. Right. There is a bit of faffing and a bit of jiggery pokery going on here and there. I might have to clock the throttle body, just bring it up, so we can get the boost pipe on this part here. That is really close to there. I'm going to definitely modify the original shield that goes in here to keep the heat away between them two there. I suppose the next thing is when I lay it in the car, we've got to see if this all clears on the prop shaft and stuff, because as you can see there, we've only got a certain amount of gap. So oil drain, we're going to go from there, go around and put a drain on the side of the sump down there.
And our kit did come with everything?
Yep, it came with most of it. The pipe might not be long enough, so you might have to choose your own pipe.
Let's show them the pipe actually, because it's actually a little bit hilarious. It's like a bit of garden hose, here it is. I think we might have to upgrade our oil drain.
Yeah, I think we will,
Yeah, officially now we are turboed.
Yes. So next step is I'll take this all back apart. I'll tighten the turbo housings up and stuff. The hot side and the cold side to it, and then start stripping and getting ready for the head to come off. And then we'll space plate it, and then we're ready to start bolting up properly. Torquing it all up and ready to put it in and run it.
Wicked. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Right.
No messing around.
We're ready.
Where's the head gone?
I've got it over there off.
We are now in a position where we can actually see the belly of the beast.
With the head off, first thing I've done was obviously have a look, make sure the valves haven't hit the pistons before. We haven't got any rocking in the pistons or anything, or any play and stuff, and it all seems to look pretty good. The engine must have been looked after in its life, because as you can see...
One lady owner, brother.
For the age of the car and the year of the car, nothing's blocked up in the slightest or nothing, so I'm happy with that. The chains look fine, all your guides look fine. If you're doing this at home, do the same sort of checks. Here we have the spacer plate. I said it's probably about 2 of them thin parts together as a head gasket, right?
Correct.
Now, there we have an original head gasket. You've got a standard head gasket which sits on like that. So your cylinder head is only that thickness away from the top of the block.
Got you.
Now, when we lay one of these on, for example, suddenly if you notice, you're going to find your head is that much further away. Which theoretically lowers the compression of the car. Lower the compression, the more boost you can run. And the safer you can run it. So obviously we're only going to go so far with it, or how far you want us to go with it. So I think my next stage after this is going to be clean the block up. Lay that on, give the head a good wash. I'm going to give all the oily parts a nice wash. Maybe a little paint up for you, and we'll start building it back together.
Now, as far as costs are concerned on this budget build, so far, kinda so good. I mean, we've got the cheapest available turbo kit, and it seems to fit so far with the parts we've tried, at least. However, when it comes to the clutch solution that we're gonna have to go for in this car, for me at least, things are gonna get a little bit more expensive. And I'll explain.
On episode 1, where we dynoed the Blue Devil to find out how much power she had lost, we experienced clutch slip on our second run. And if the clutch was slipping on stock power and torque levels, good luck when we really start putting power through her. Now, clutch solutions are vast, depending on budget, power and torque goals of your build. However, this is a budget box sleeper. So initially, I went looking for the cheapest on the market, and there was a few Wuhan options available. However, none quite filled me with confidence they would actually be up to the job.
And then I thought, even if I do buy a Jackie Chan, and by some miracle, it actually holds double the power, we all know at some point I'm gonna wanna up the boost and potentially even send the box to the moon. So with that said, I'm gonna need a clutch that can potentially see me all the way to big power.
So, off the back of a good recommendation, I headed over to CG Motorsports website, a UK clutch manufacturer with over 35 years of experience specialising in building and designing custom clutch kits for racers and enthusiasts just like myself. Now, it's not actually your BHP figure that will cause your car's clutch to slip, but rather the torque figure and torque delivery. So I knew that it would have to be pretty robust if it was going to handle the impending abuse. And it seems like they actually had the ideal setup. A twin plate clutch and solid flywheel designed to run around 650 pound-foot of torque, or around 880 newton meters. And although this clutch was cheaper than some other brands out there, it still came in at around 950 pounds. Not feeling so budget anymore, hey?
There's also other costs like ECU, which of course we'll go through when we get to that point. But for now, I think we're pretty much done for today. We've got a load of other bits sitting down here that are still yet to be tried and fitted. And in fact, this pipework kit, apart from the exhaust, is universal. So we're gonna have to try and make that work somehow. For now, what I'm gonna do is leave it with you boys.
Yep.
Let you do all the hard work off camera and hopefully make it fit. And I think the next time we check in, we're gonna go for a first start. Hopefully.
Yes. Before that, the next stage is we're gonna remove all the aircon system.
Okay.
All your aircon pipes, all of it out of my way.
More power, yeah?
That's it.
Extra 2 brake,
Let's
yeah?
drag. We're gonna remove things I just don't need, like charcoal canisters, secondary injection pumps, aircon stuff all off the engine and everything as well. And then we're ready to start building it back up again. So far, so good. Everything's come off fine and everything's going on all right.
Okay.
And the turbo fits.
There you go.
That's the most important.
That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. I can make everything else fit.
Wicked.
So that's the main thing.
Thank you so much for all your
Not a
help
problem.
today. The budget turbo build, that box sleeper, should I say, is in full swing now. So I guess, as I said, the next episode, hopefully we'll be starting this up and running through all the little niggly bits these boys have come up against in getting it to that point, and also our other solutions for ECU and hopefully our clutch, etc. So make sure you check these boys out. I'll leave links down below to VARATECNIK. Of course, stay tuned for the next episode, because hopefully it's going to be a banger. Hopefully the car runs. So until then, we'll catch you on the next one. And the phone rings right on cue.